Have you ever felt the chill of an unseen presence? The prickling sensation of being watched when you're all alone? There is a world that exists just beyond the veil of our understanding. A world that sends shivers down our spines, twitches the curtains of our perception, and raises the hairs on the back of our necks. A world filled with the shadows of the departed and the echoes of the past. This is the realm of real-life hauntings. Throughout history and across cultures, tales of spectral encounters and ghostly apparitions have both terrified and fascinated us. These spectral stories, these whispers of the unseen, tap into a universal fear and fascination with the unknown, particularly the paranormal. We find ourselves drawn to the chill of the ghostly, the allure of the unseen, the thrill of the uncanny. So buckle up, take a deep breath, and steel your nerves. Prepare yourself as we delve into the chilling world of real-life hauntings. Our first tale takes us to the heart of Atchison, Kansas, the infamous Sallie house. This unassuming, quaint little house bears a chilling tale, one that sends shivers down the spine of even the most hardened skeptic. In the late 19th century, a young girl named Sallie became fatally ill. A local doctor, rushing to save her life, began an emergency operation in the house. Tragically, the pain was too much for Sallie, and she perished mid-operation, her life slipping away amidst cries of agony. It's said that from that day, Sallie's spirit never left the house. Over the years, the Sallie house has been a hotbed of paranormal activity. Occupants report strange happenings, items moving of their own accord, lights flickering without reason, and chillingly, the sound of a child's laughter echoing through the halls. But the encounters with Sallie are far from playful. She is known to torment the living, particularly men, perhaps in a twisted reprisal against the doctor who failed to save her life. Tenants have reported being scratched, bitten, even having objects thrown at them. One former resident, a man, woke up to find his torso covered in scratches. Yet it's not just physical torment that Sallie inflicts. There's a psychological aspect too. The feeling of being watched, of never being alone, hangs heavy in the house. A sense of dread that gnaws at your sanity, bit by bit. Investigations into the Sallie house have yielded some terrifying evidence. On multiple occasions, investigators have captured electronic voice phenomena, or EVPs, believed to be Sallie's voice. One chilling recording captures a child's voice whispering, "I'm sorry." Could it be Sallie, expressing regret for her actions? The Sallie house stands as a chilling reminder of a life cut short and a spirit unable to find peace. It's a testament to the power of the unseen and the thin veil that separates our world from the next. Could you live in a house with an unseen tenant who doesn't like to share? From a haunted house, we now venture into the echoing halls of the majestic Queen Mary. Once a grand ocean liner that sailed the Atlantic, the Queen Mary is now permanently docked in Long Beach, California. Her voyage may have ended, but her legacy lives on. Not as a relic of nautical history, mind you, but as one of the most haunted places on Earth. The Queen Mary, a retired British ocean liner, has a rich history. Launched in the year 1934, she was the epitome of luxury and elegance. However, her grandeur hides a dark secret. Over the years, she has become the setting of numerous ghostly sightings and eerie happenings. Reports suggest that as many as 150 spirits may roam the ship. Among these spectral inhabitants, some stand out more than others. The most famous of these apparitions is perhaps the Lady in White. Dressed in a white evening gown, she is often seen dancing alone in the ship's salon. Her ethereal beauty and melancholic demeanor have captured the fascination of many. Then there's the spirit of John Petter, a young crewman who tragically died in a horrific accident on board. His ghost, often referred to as Half-Hatch Harry, is said to be seen in the lower decks, leaving behind a trail of greasy handprints. And who can forget the chilling tales of the ghost children who play in the ship's nursery? Their innocent laughter echoing through the ship's deserted decks is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. But it's not just the sightings that are chilling. Unexplained phenomena such as lights turning on and off, doors slamming shut, and chilling whispers are common occurrences. It's as if the ship is alive, replaying scenes from its past. These tales of the Queen Mary's haunting are a testament to the ship's spectral inhabitants, each with their own story, forever trapped within her steel confines. As we delve deeper into the world of the paranormal, it becomes clear that the line between the living and the dead is not as distinct as we believe. Next time you're on a cruise, remember, it might not just be the living enjoying the voyage. Our next chilling tale brings us to the quiet suburb of Enfield, London. In the late 70s, this seemingly peaceful place became the center of a paranormal storm that shocked the world. The case, known as the Enfield Poltergeist, involved the Hodgson family, specifically two young sisters, who claimed to be tormented by a malevolent entity. Peggy Hodgson, a single mother of four, first noticed strange happenings in August of 1977. It started with odd noises, furniture moving inexplicably, and toys flung across the room. But things quickly escalated. Peggy's daughters, 11-year-old Janet and 13-year-old Margaret, became the main targets of the unseen tormentor. They reported being dragged out of bed, levitated, and even possessed by an old man's spirit who identified himself as Bill, a previous tenant who had died in the house. In desperation, Peggy contacted the police, who, despite witnessing a chair move on its own, could offer no explanation or help. The media picked up the story, and soon the house was swarming with paranormal investigators, skeptics, and curious onlookers. Among them were Morris Gross and Guy Lyon Playfair, members of the Society for Psychical Research, who spent months documenting the phenomena. They recorded over 2,000 instances of poltergeist activity, including levitation, object throwing, and disembodied voices. The most distressing of these was Janet speaking in a gruff male voice, claiming to be Bill. Later, it was confirmed that a man named Bill had indeed lived and died in the house. Despite the plethora of evidence, the case remains controversial. Some believe the girls faked the phenomena for attention, while others are convinced of the poltergeist's existence. The Enfield Poltergeist case remains one of the most documented and debated hauntings of the 20th century. A quiet home turned into a terrifying spectacle. Would you dare to stay a night in such a place? After hearing these chilling tales, you might wonder, how do you know if your house is haunted? Well, there are several telltale signs that suggest you might have a spectral roommate. For starters, unexplained noises. These could be anything from subtle whispers to footsteps echoing in the night, to the sound of a door creaking open when no one else is around. Often these noises are heard when the house is quietest, like in the dead of night, or when you're alone. Then there are the infamous cold spots. These are areas in a house where the temperature noticeably drops, without any logical explanation. It's as if you've walked into a pocket of winter in the middle of your living room. Some paranormal enthusiasts believe these cold spots are caused by a ghost using energy in the room to manifest itself. And let's not forget about objects moving on their own. Perhaps you've placed your keys on the table, only to find them on the floor later. Or maybe a book has fallen off a shelf without being touched. These occurrences can be quite unsettling, especially when they happen repeatedly. Doors and windows opening and closing, lights flickering without any electrical issues. And even your pets acting strangely, or seeming to watch something you can't see, are also signs to watch out for. Keep an eye out for these signs. You never know, you might not be living alone. Now, if you find yourself living in a haunted house, what should you do? The first step is to not panic. Easier said than done, I know. But remember, your fear is like a buffet for these entities, and we don't want to provide them with a 5-star meal, do we? Next, document your experiences. Write down the occurrences, take pictures, record sounds. This evidence will be invaluable if you decide to seek help. And speaking of help, don't hesitate to reach out to paranormal experts. They have the knowledge and equipment to either confirm or debunk your suspicions. In the meantime, try to maintain a normal routine as much as possible. Disrupting your life gives the entity more power, and if you're religious, don't shy away from using faith as a shield. Pray, burn sage, sprinkle holy water. Lastly, remember to be patient. These things take time to resolve. Remember, fear feeds them. Stay strong, stay calm. These tales and tips just scratch the surface of the mysterious world of hauntings. From the eerie Sallie house to the spectral Queen Mary, each haunting has a unique story. And remember, if you find yourself in a haunted house, don't panic. Follow the signs and take the right steps. We'd love to hear your thoughts or experiences, so feel free to share in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more spine-chilling content. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your senses alert.